Hello, what
Man,
is up? It is windy
what's
where
up,
I'm at.
everybody?
I'm about to be inside. It's windy right now, so my
Oh, okay.
apologies.
No worries there. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry I haven't been on in a while. I've been running my moving business, and it has been a crazy February. We were just busy every day, every week. So, and as you guys know, I run a skeleton crew, so that means I got to go out a lot of times. But here I am back again. Welcome in. We've had a crazy tear up on the markets in the last I guess like week and a half really. Got a lot of great things that we're going to cover today. Definitely, if you've been holding since 2022 at the lowest point, you have made some bank on right now. And if you want to take some profits, I suggest you should. As of right now, the crypto greed is at 90. We're looking at Bitcoin almost hitting 73K again. We got Ethereum just shy of 4K again. Uh, Ethereum's up almost 5.25%. Bitcoin's up over 9.5% on the 7 days, and even Solana is pumped up to 153. We had XRP, it's up about 12%, but it's kind of going back and forth between the high 60s and low 70s. We have Polkadot kind of testing that $11, up 8.75%. We got Chainlink holding the $20 range, up about 6%. And then we have Quant, which has been kind of sparking up lately too. It's at 140, up 17.5%.
Speaking of quant, man, the quant price, people have been calling it a stable coin. People have been saying, "Oh, the price action's been boring," but people haven't been realizing, like I've been telling people, that quant has been in an accumulation range. And I did the math. If you bought at $45 in June of 2022, you're up almost 3x right now. So how would it be a bad price action if you're up almost 3x in 2 years?
Yeah, well, I think it's because Quant does not give you the price action that a lot of these day traders are trying to get, which you're not going to get off of Quant. It moves very consistently over a long period of time, and then usually it kind of spikes up towards the end of when everything else is done rallying.
And even if you bought at $85 and set back in September, October, you're still up 45% on that.
Oh, absolutely.
And the trading volume of quant is over 100 million now. I I went on the way back machine, and today in 2020, quant was at $3. So even if you bought in March of 2020, you're still up almost 100x from 4 years ago.
Yes, exactly. And it's Cody and I have been holding Quant since like 2021, early end of 2021. We've been steadily dollar cost averaging in. I was heavily dollar cost averaging in when it was really around like 75 to 100. I was getting in some good buys when it was at $55 2 years ago. But even if you had gotten into crypto like 2 months ago, you have made money, which is kind of causing the bull run now, or like an early, well, like a pre-bull run rally. So I wouldn't say this is necessarily the bull run because not everything is popping off, but kind of some of the known projects are starting to rise. What's happening right now is just that you're starting to get retail investors are starting to slowly pour in. That's what's really happening. You got the ETF going, you have no news really about crypto, nothing bad or good going on. What you do have though is that it is retail investors are trying to find ways to make money to bridge gaps for retirement,
Yup.
for lifestyle changes. They're trying to escape the 9 to 5 or trying to escape the situation they're in. That's what's happening. And I told you guys this like 2 years ago that retail investors are going to set the stage for this pretty much the last and probably the most epic bull run. What was the valuation of the crypto markets in the last bull run? Was it like 4 or 5
Three.
trillion?
It was 3.5. And
Okay.
speaking of that, every project that I told you about, Sal, when we were on that truck in 2021 together,
Mm-hmm.
Polka Dot, Link, Quant, all of those have been doing phenomenal. Like, you can't say that none of those have done bad. Like, Quant's a sleeping giant. I'm not worried about that one. But it's like, Polka Dot, I'm extra bullish on it. Now, I know Crypto Dream in our chat, he isn't a fan of Polka Dot. He sent something that said, like, oh, Polka Dot's still down 80% from all time high. Yeah, but look at what it was just a few months ago. It was at $3. And not only that, like, it's just been doing so well. And it makes me wonder, it's like, should I stop accumulating chain link and just get a shit ton of dot and just stake my dot? Or should I just keep building link? Like, I love link and all that, but I'm very bullish on dot because I know for a fact that it can go back to all time high or higher. It's only a
Oh,
4x away.
absolutely. It can definitely rise quite a bit. Right now, for you guys, if you have not caught what's in your portfolio, which we do one Sunday every month, Polkadot is. Let me just double check here. I have my percentages all right here, but Polkadot is 10% of my portfolio. I'm sorry, Cody. I told you it was 13%. Quant's 8% of my portfolio. And Bitcoin is 27% and Ethereum is 12%. But that's also because Bitcoin is having the biggest rally out of all the cryptos right now. And it's, to be honest, it looks like everybody's going to see beyond new all-time highs. Like I was alluding to earlier with the market cap, the total market valuation for crypto is probably going to be close to 20 trillion this time around, because you're going to have way more people flooding in. You're going to have more people investing in the ETFs that are spawning left and right. And you got a lot of young people, I'd say between 20 and 35, that are trying to invest in this. And what we talked about earlier, the Tate effect. The Tate effect is driving a lot of young men to try to make money wherever they can, and crypto is one of those spaces, and that's where they're getting into. And I'm telling you, it's going to drive a consistent, overwhelming push towards the valuation of what the crypto markets are going to do. And like Cody said, like Dot, Chainlink, pretty much all the staples of the last bull run are going to see probably double their all-time highs. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Polkadot somewhere close to 100. We got Chainlink maybe close to 200. We got probably, even XRP is probably going to break $1 soon. You have Ethereum. I would not be surprised if we saw over 10,000. Even at this point, I'm thinking Bitcoin might be 140,000 in this bull run, or maybe more. And it's still a good time to dollar cost average across the board. Now, I wouldn't be picking those random tokens out there. I'm very careful about what I pick. And as you guys know, if you've been a long time supporter, which by the way, this live and every other show is sponsored by you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. I'm telling you that I don't put more than like 10 to 15% of my net worth into areas like this. So I have a little bit in crypto, a little bit in personal stocks, a little bit in real estate. I got my businesses, and even my businesses have been diversified. I got quite a few businesses, so that way I have a constant flow of income. So this way, if I lose on crypto, it's not going to hurt me. Or if I lose on stocks, or if I lose on private equity investments, things like that. So just be leery. Don't put more money in than you're willing to lose. But unlike a lot of people, I don't day trade. I just buy and hold. That's all Cody and I do. And speaking of that, on Cody's road to 100,000, he's getting close to being halfway there.
Yeah, I'm 36 G's. 36,000, man. I'm telling you, by the end of this year, Sal, if let's just say, because you can't really compare now to any other cycle, because last cycle, this time COVID hit and the market was tanking. This time we've made new all-time highs on Bitcoin. Ethereum's very close. It's going to hit there pretty soon. But we made new all-time highs. So you can't really compare this cycle to any other cycle. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm at 100,000 or more by the end of this year. Even if I hit a 2x from now, I'll be at like 70,000, something like that. So it's like, regardless, I'm gonna be very close by the end of this year. And so I'm telling you, like, the biggest purchase I'm gonna make, if I when I take profits, is I want to get that 2018 Lexus IS all-wheel drive. I found one for 23,000. It's got 40,000 miles. There's gonna be different ones out there, but I'm gonna treat myself to something like that. Something in that price range. I'm gonna keep that thing for years.
There you go. So you see, Cody has a plan, and like I've been telling you guys, you just got to have a plan with what you're going to do. Like, don't just stay in thinking it's going to go even higher, because eventually everything must come down. What goes up must
Yeah,
come down.
yeah.
So I'd recommend take profits and then start investing in other areas. And then when crypto kind of levels back out, you come back in and you dollar cost average back into the projects you'd like. So I myself, I'm just really investing. I don't really have any kind of plans. I'm just investing. Like I got enough off my businesses that I divvy up and I just invest and continue to grow the wealth for myself and my family. So, but kind of enough with Polkadot. I kind of want to talk about Chainlink because if you guys haven't been following their YouTube channel, it's at Chainlink on YouTube. They've been popping out videos explaining the roadmap, where they're going, what they're doing, the new things happening on their blockchain, their ecosystem, their environment, what's being added, and everything. So definitely go and check them out because they got a lot of stuff happening. I'm gonna see if I could pull up their YouTube channel here for you guys. Oh, here he is. So let me just share this. I'm going to share this out. So shout out to them on Chainlink, because Chainlink's been one of my biggest performers on my portfolio because, as you guys know, Cody and I decided that Chainlink was a good opportunity right around when it was $7. And I
Yeah,
think right now,
I'm buying a bag of it. So I'm trying to get to 500 to 600 Chainlink by the end of this year. I pray. I mean, if it goes up while I'm accumulating it, that'll be nice. But I pray that I can at least build up to $10,000 worth of Link at current prices, which is 500 Link. Because
yeah.
at $100, 500 Link would be worth 50 grand. So keep that in mind. At $200, that would be worth 100.
Oh, yeah. And I see Link hitting somewhere between 200 and 220 with all the value that they're bringing and what they're doing to their ecosystem there and what they're doing for interoperability. I'm not a big tech guy, but I understand the power behind interoperability and what they're doing. So it kind of matches up with what I like to invest in on the stock market, where got a great direction, great potential for growth, and the valuation can go a lot higher. And there's constant work being done on it. So we're far from this really being a powerhouse platform, but the fact that it's at this valuation with this amount of progress is astounding. So that means we could go a little higher on there, especially when more retail investors start getting into it. So, and I'm still dollar cost averaging into Chainlink. I'm just not buying as much as I was 6 months ago, but I am still dollar cost averaging in, and it's been holding steady in that $18 to $21 range. So it's a good time to dollar cost average in, start adding it into your portfolio. Even if it goes up to 30, still dollar cost average in, because if it goes up to 250, you're still looking at a great return on investment, which I keep telling you guys, this is probably going to be the last epic bull run in crypto. And then crypto is going to start behaving like the stock market, just steady incremental gains. You won't get the phenomenal gains anymore. The wild, wild west version of crypto markets is coming to a close with this bull run. So be ready, be set. You will kind of want to be in it. For you guys don't know, I'll give you a brief synopsis of what's in my portfolio. I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, DOT, Quant, AdShare, Link, Litecoin, HBAR, Arbitrum, and COS. As you guys know, about a month ago, I sold my position in Sol. You might think that's a mistake. Now it's at 151, but it had that crash and I cashed out at like 100. But keep in mind, I got my small position into it at $22. So I made more than enough profit off of it. So I'm not too worried about it. But if you guys still have Sol, it's still something to watch. It's if it keeps crashing, I think people will lose faith in the token or in the ecosystem. And like the last bull run, I think it had what, 4 or 5 crashes. I think it had 4 or 5 crashes the last bull run. So just be leery. It's still having some issues, still having some swings in it. They're coming out with a new version of their cell phone, so there's also that. Cody and I would like to do an unboxing of that if we can get our hands on it. So there is a very limited supply on that. Maybe that will drive traction to the community with it. But other than that, like there really isn't a lot to say about crypto other than you still have a wild chance to make a lot of money in there. There's just even now, even with the greed, I just wouldn't go like all in right now. I'd just do small dollar cost averaging because we are going to see a dip eventually. People are going to cash out profits eventually. Just keep that in mind. Eventually, they're going to cash out profits. And it would be wise to cash out some profits. I mean, my Bitcoin position pretty much almost doubled in value. I think in the next couple of weeks, it's probably going to double its value in there, but I'm still dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. I don't have any plans to sell my Bitcoin. If anything, it's becoming more and more scarce, just like Quant. It's getting harder and harder to buy Quant. So that's why we're just holding it and not getting rid of it yet. And speaking of Quant, I know it's going to come up eventually. My price expectation for Quant is somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 for this bull run. And that's when I plan to take profits. But we got another great guy in our Discord. So shout out to all you Patreon members. We haven't had any new members yet, but glad to have you guys in there. And we have a Discord that's for all Patreon members that you can join. And we kind of talk about all things business, real estate, economy, how politics is going to affect your portfolio, things like that. Now, I do want to say this too before I get on to the next topic, before we get on to the stocks. This is an election year, and that's going to play into how well this economy is going to do. And I have a feeling this is going to be like an epic boon year just overall in the economy again. Like one last hoorah before the air deflates out of the balloon for the economy. I think we're going to see some nice heavy returns. It wouldn't surprise me if around July we see Bitcoin double its all-time high. We have every altcoin doubling its all-time high. We have Ethereum. We have the stock market making new all-time highs. It scares me, but it's going to be a great time to make money, kind of cash out, and then wait for the market to pull back, which will probably happen after the election. So just keep that in mind. After the election, if you're foreign, after the U.S. election, it's going to pull back. But now, going on to real estate, I want to quickly talk about the real estate market for you guys. Because right now, you guys are going to get some good prices right around when we're going to see probably the height of the crypto bull market. So it's going to be a good place to take profits too, because in the U.S., mortgage insurance is going up, homeowners insurance is going up, and taxes went up, property taxes on your home. So people who had $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, or even $1,900 a month mortgages are now seeing between $1,000 and $1,500 more per month on their mortgage. And their escrow, a lot of people's escrow accounts are negative. So what's going to happen this summer is that we're going to see an over surplus of homes onto the market. And what's going to happen is private equity is going to buy that up. They're estimating that private equity firms are going to own 60% of all private homes by 2030. I think they're going to own 65% of private homes by the end of this year. So it's going to make it harder for the average person to buy a home and get that slice of the American dream. But it's also going to drive good prices, as too much volume will drive down prices. Because even the private equity firms, they only have so much money, and now they can't go and borrow free money to buy more homes. So they're kind of stuck with whatever money they have to purchase more homes. So eventually we're going to have an oversupply, a lot of empty homes, and we're going to see right around September, October, November of this year, a lot of REOs, foreclosures, short sales of homes. And that's going to be right around the time we're going to probably see a really good bull run of crypto. And you can cash out. I'm telling you, when I say short sale of a home, this means you could probably get like a $500,000 home for $75K. You just show up, short sale, change the title, and boom, you got the house. Or you go to foreclosure auctions, you can get it for 10 cents on the dollar. I just got one down in southern Arkansas, a $200,000 home for $35,000. I'm gonna put about 50,000 of work into it and rent it out for about 1,200 a month. And it's a nice 3-bedroom house. It's pretty freaking big for down there. So there's gonna be a lot of opportunities in the market coming. You just gotta be patient in the economy. It's got to be patient in real estate. Now's not the time. And kind of the same thing's going to happen with the auto loan industry. We're seeing EVs sitting on the lots. We're seeing cars sit on the lots. I'm seeing Ford F-150s, which used to be the hottest selling pickup truck in the United States, are sitting on the lot because people can't afford to get these 12% loans for a 60, 70, 80, $90,000 vehicle. So what I suggest is that, be very patient, be very alert to what's going on in the markets. Big purchases right now should not be on your mind. It should be dollar cost average. Invest as much money as you can, get as frugal as you can, reserve as much as you can, and put yourself in a good position so when the economy pulls back, you can then be the one going in the opposite direction of the crowd. While everyone's running away, you're running in, getting great values on crypto, stocks, real estate, and even business opportunities. That's the time. But I'll tell you, it's going to be a hard grit, and it's going to be rough, and you will see people fail. Because remember, your success means someone else has to fail in order for you to succeed. That's just how the system works. That's how the world works. Not everybody can be a winner. But let's go ahead and talk about stocks. Let's get off the doom and gloom here and talk about the stock market. I don't know why I did that. Market. There we go. Market watch. Share this tab instead. So we got the Dow at a little over 39,000. It's up about a little over 0.25%. We also have the Nasdaq down about 0.5%, and the S&P 500 pretty much flat. There are a lot of great opportunities. However, Tesla is probably going down. PayPal is going down. A lot of tech stocks are laying off, and the layoffs are going to continue. We're out here in Walmart. Walmart committed to, over the next year, laying off 10% of their employees, which is about 144,000 people worldwide. We have Google laying off 20,000 here, 30,000 here, 10,000 here. We got Facebook doing the same. We got Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citigroup laying off about 20,000 apiece. We also have We also have, you know, the chicken plants like Simmons, George's chicken. Everybody's laying off people. Now we're still at, I think, like 3.9% unemployment. That's not a number we need a healthy economy. Believe it or not, folks, a healthy economy, unemployment tends to be about 6 to 8%. However, right now we're kind of experiencing there are jobs, they're just not the jobs that people want to do. So we have people who would be overqualified to go do that. So like those mid-level management positions, these 100K salary plus jobs, they're disappearing. And what's happening is you can go be a line cook for like $16 an hour. Someone who's from coding isn't going to be a line cook. And, so like the labor jobs, the low end jobs, they're abundant. But the tech jobs, the middle management, the high paying jobs are starting to disappear, which is a bad sign for the economy, because in order for the American economy, you need to spend. And believe it or not, I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off with this, especially if you're kind of a centralist on the political scale. But feminism caused a consumer-based economy. Most women, I'm gonna lay stats out of you. I invest a lot of money. My net worth is in the 8 figures. I'm telling you guys, women have most of the debt and spending in the country right now. They have 62% of the mortgage debt, 62% of mortgage debt, 82% of the student loan debt, 92.5% of credit card debt, of consumer debt, store cards, credit cards, things like that. Those buy now, pay later things too. And they have like 73% of auto loan debt, which holds true. Most young guys, they're buying their cars in cash. They're buying junkers. Like, I see the difference. If I see a 25-year-old guy, he's driving a 10-year-old car that he owns. I see a young woman, 25, she's driving a brand new car that they have an $850 payment. Now, when you add that up,
Facts, yes. I'm
so
sorry.
when you add that up, 850 plus, they're living in a luxury apartment because you gotta live it. And trust me, you can go on TikTok. They're all complaining about life is unfair. I can't afford this. But these are all decisions. Remember, your life is a culmination of all the decisions you made. You can make decisions that will affect you 20 years from now, or you can make that in a good direction or in a negative direction. That is all your choice. It's not this economy. There's not some nefarious group out there. There's no Illuminati. There's none of that crap out there. You live and you make decisions that will best suit you down the road. That's all you can do. But if you're making decisions where you're spending all of your money instead of investing most of your money, when the crunch time comes, you're going to be hit hard. I'm sorry, were you going to say something there,
I
Cody?
do want to add, because I'm in the age group you talked about. That's an interesting point you just made. Like, I see a lot of girls my age, 25 and under, like they'll be driving brand new cars and stuff. And a lot of guys my age, they're driving like, cars they paid for in cash. Or unless you're one of those car guys who want to live the car lifestyle, but you can't afford it, you're just financing the lifestyle. But I'm talking for the average. Yeah, that's an interesting point. I see that a lot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my ex-wife is in that category. Now, when they say, because I know there's an article, I found it a while ago. I wish I saved it, but there's an article, and a few of those red pillar YouTubers covered it, so you can go watch. I think it was Better Bachelor, so shout out to him, or Coach Greg Adams that did it, that had that article. But the article basically said, "Oh, single women are winning," but they only looked 3 years out. Here's the ticket: most women that are like, if they're divorced, single, newly single, whatever, that first 3 years looks phenomenal. They're great. But you can't judge it by 3 years. Judge it by 10 years. When you go out 10 years, 99% of them are in the freaking doghouse. They're broke. They've declared bankruptcy. Their credit score shot. They can't get a home. Their life sucks. Because if you guys don't know, if you declare bankruptcy, forget getting a home for 10 years. That bankruptcy has to fall off. And banks have to build trust in you being able to manage your money right. And the guys, definitely don't be a captain save a hoe out here, because if you like states like Arkansas, if you marry a woman in that poor financial decision that made those poor financial decisions, you now cover half that debt, or they may make you take it all if she has no job. So be careful what state you're in. If you're in like New Jersey, they just cut that crap in half, or if it was before the marriage, it's yours. You can't take it. But I will say this, guys. It's let's just put it this way, right? I have here a Stanley Cup. We all know what happened with Stanley Cup, right? There's this craze with all of it, right? Stanley Cup was targeting blue collar men. Now look at my Stanley Cup. You can't even see the logo anymore, right? I don't know if you can see it. Like you can barely see the logo, right? That's how long I've had this cup. This cup is like 20 plus years old, right? Still have it. That's how most men think. We buy it once and we use it forever. Average sales of Stanley Cup for the lifetime of the company was $50 million a year in revenue. When they started targeting women, I think it was 2019, they really started targeting women as their target consumer. They went from average of 50 million. And in those 3 years, the average was $850 million in revenue on a goddamn cup. Now, you tell me who's the smarter consumer. Is it the blue collar guy that bought the $50 cup and kept it for 20 years? Or is it the person that's constantly buying a new cup, constantly spending, constantly doing, because once you run out of money, what are you going to do? You're going to get it on credit. A firm said that they saw a 10% increase in their contracts just off of goddamn Stanley Cups. Do you guys see where we're headed with this? That bubble of, like I said, the debt is slavery with extra steps. Feminism is just slavery for women. They just don't know it. You've been buckled down with debt. You've been buckled down with a 9 to 5. Now with all this debt and living the boss chick life, you have to work a job you hate to pay the damn bills, and your stress works differently. Our bodies were not built to handle stress the way stress is dealt with now. Our bodies think stress means we have no food. That's what evolution has taught our bodies. Like, we're stressed out because there's no food. It's hard. There's no water. The season didn't come. Something didn't happen with the terrain. Something out of our control happened, and it sucks, and we got to find a way to fix it. Now your body's equating that stress in a high pressured work environment as you got no food. So this is why we're having a lot of fertility problems in women, because the stress is saying this ain't the time to reproduce. So it shuts the system down. And they're like, well, I'm making a lot of money, but they're not realizing that the stress from your job is making your body think you have no resources to produce offspring. So it just says, hey, this ain't the time. We're not going to do it. And in some cases, you never know. The body could just say, F it, shut the whole thing down permanently. Because let me tell you, when I was 20, even when I was 10, 30 years ago, women went through menopause between 40 and 65. You now have women going through menopause because of the stress factors of living a single life and going out there and working, and all the debt. Trust me, debt is stressful. It's beyond stressful. It will make you age 20 years faster than you should. They are entering in menopause between 25 and 38 now. That's very bad. That's very bad. Because the way our system is meant, you really can't afford kids unless you get married early, save a lot of money, get your house, have a good equity position in your house. Then by your 30s, you might be able to start afford to have kids. If stress is shutting that down before you can even get there, you have a lot of women that are not able to have kids, which birth rates go down. population goes down, and thus there's less people producing value in the economy, so the economy shrinks down. But I say stop. If we can have young women look at this and really say, hey, look, I need to stop spending, pay off the debts, get rid of this shit I have, and then live a lifestyle, not the Rockefeller lifestyle, because only the Rockefellers can live a Rockefeller lifestyle, come back to reality and be in that nice targeted area where they can still have some things they want, but save and invest for your future. Because like the old adage is saying, money is just something you need if you don't die tomorrow. And trust us, Cody and I talk about this stuff all the way back. We got hundreds of hours on our lives talking about this stuff. And this is how I see the markets. This is how I see the economy. This is how I invest. I'm watching everything. I watch the feminist videos. I watch the red pill videos. I watch the meninist videos. I watch all of them. I watch alt left and I watch alt right. I watch them both because they will tell me how to invest.
Right.
My goal is to be like the Rothschild, investing on both sides, make money off of both. That's what you should be doing. You should be in the middle, making money off of both. And let me tell you something. When women stop spending, the economy will reverse and you can move forward with buying a shit ton of assets at great prices, and you could set yourself up to be part of the robber barons that will come out of this mess. Because let me tell you, I see a ton of opportunity.
Yes.
So, and even let me before I continue, let me go over some of my stocks too, because my stocks are hitting hard too. I haven't been able to update them as much as I'd like. I haven't even updated them for this month yet, but I'm probably running a little flat. I also want to let you guys know that Walmart at the beginning of March had a 3-for-1 stock split. So that's going to end another 10 years. Walmart's going to be probably as big as my Microsoft holding, which my Microsoft is 26% of my portfolio. Apple's 20%. Porch Moving Group is 25%, which it's actually coming up over $4, I think. Let me see where are we at on Porch Moving Group? Because I have it on a scheduled dollar cost average in. I've been telling you about Porch Moving. Yep, $4.17.
That's crazy.
Let me see what the hell does that put me at right now? Let me see here. My Porch Moving Group went from $600,000 in value at the beginning of this year to over $1 million, and I've been buying it at 55 cents.
Crazy.
I have check out my video on it. I told you I have the video of exactly why I bought into that, and I'm not right all the time. I'm usually wrong about 80% of the time. That's why I say I take a lot of L's to take a few big W's, but when I take a big W, it usually
That's
hits.
how I view my portfolio. It's like I have 3 coins, right? Chainlink, Polkadot, Quant. If one of them loses, I still have 2 other chances to win.
Exactly. And giving it a close before we start opening it up to you guys, if you guys want to join in, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat in a little bit. But I want to say is that also be careful. The scammers are back. The influencers are back. The ads are back for crypto.
Oh, speaking of crypto,
So just be very careful. Be very careful. Do a lot of research as much as you can before you make your investment. I'm
I
sorry.
do want to say the Ethereum Dane Coon upgrade went live on the mainnet today.
Oh, did it?
Like the Dane Coon upgrade, yeah, for Ethereum, it went live.
Oh, okay.
That's a big upgrade. You know what Dankun does, right? It pushes layer twos. It pretty much
Hmm.
supercharges the layer twos and makes the fees on the network cheaper. So pretty much in the bull run, like that's one of the big things like you should take into consideration. If you have ERC20s on your ledger, you're gonna need a little bit of Ethereum. Like me, I'm probably gonna have like over 100 grand worth of like just quant and Chainlink. I'm gonna need a little bit of Ethereum to move those, but Dankun it kind of makes that cheaper, and it makes the network just overall a little bit cheaper.
Oh, absolutely. And that's going to be a good thing. It's going to help out average retail investors, especially any of you guys holding the ERC tokens too. It's going to make it easier to get them off your wallet, get them onto exchanges. I also want to say be careful about the exchanges you use too, because a lot of them are also
Oh,
scam.
Sal, this is also interesting too. Sorry to get off a little off guard. I checked the stats. The top 100 ETH holders hold 2% of the quant supply. And also, the top 100 ETH holders hold about 1.5% of the Chainlink supply as well.
Oh, okay. That's definitely interesting to know. Oh my
So,
goodness. No
top
worries.
100 ETH holders have quant.
Well, there you go. Have it. My thing is that holding quant should be a given because smart money is hiding the fact that they're involved in quant, and you're not
Have
going
you
to know that
seen
they're
the
in quant until they sell.
Have you seen the board of director for Quant, Guy Dietrich? That what I sent into the Discord.
Yes, I have seen that, but let me pull that up for these
Uh,
guys, for the folks.
yeah, Guy Dietrich is huge.
Come on. So I'm just pulling up the website right now. So bear with me.
He was a part of Hold on.
I know you sent me the link. I just can't seem to get it. But let me here we go. It's leadership for you guys. Okay. Okay, Cody, I got that pulled up
Rockefeller
now.
Capital, gotcha. He was 35 years of investment experience at Rockefeller Capital. That's who Guy Dietrich is. He was head of Rockefeller Capital, and he's on the board of director for Quant, as well as Gilbert Verdian. And I did research on Neil Smith too. He's also involved with Rockefeller and all those big like institutions. Guy Dietrich and Neil Smith, both of those guys are huge in finance. And when I read about that, all these big players, especially Gilbert Verdian, like he has 20 years of cybersecurity experience. He's worked in the finance industry. You have that many people, and then when you look at what Quant does and the videos that they made about the Overledger and CBDC, I mean,
Mhm.
it just seems to me like there's just huge smart money involved.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm pretty positive that there's a lot of money behind it. Like I'm almost positive Bank of America's involved in it. Although they keep saying they're not. Same thing with JP Morgan and BlackRock, but I have a feeling they are. But
They
taking a look
are.
at Guy Dietrich, over 35 years of investment experience, is responsible for advising ultra high net worth clients, family offices, foundations, and endowments. He was previously managing director at Rockefeller Capital Management from 2018 to 2019. Prior to joining Rockefeller, he led the largest private wealth management practice for Morgan Stanley Smith Barney in Silicon Valley. So he also sounds like he also did a lot of venture capital stuff too, investments into tech, some of the large tech companies now. So, uh, this is definitely a guy that you want on the board of directors because his his job as when you manage that level of high net worth is to make a profit off of the investment. That's their job. So let's go take a look at the other guy, Neil Smith. So Neil Smith serves as a vice chairman of Comcast Corporation. In this role, he works with Comcast leadership for future technologies. Sir, previously, Neil served as president and chief executive officer of Comcast Cable, where he helped transfer Comcast into the top cable company and broadband company in the nation. Uh, he joined Comcast in 2010 from Charter Communications, where he was there as chief director since 2005. Also, internet saw AOL, all the early stages of the internet. So this guy is probably the tech side more so than like the money side. So you have a money guy and you have a
You have a
tech.
tech guy.
That's a recipe for success because you got a guy, this guy, Guy Darich,
Dietrich.
Dietrich. He is going to make sure we make money. This guy is going to make sure the technology works and is efficient and does the job. And if he made Comcast the powerhouse that it is today, you can bet your bottom dollar he's going to make this a powerhouse.
That's what I'm
However,
saying, and it's undervalued in the terms that the quant price has been doing well, but the market hasn't, like, the popularity in the market hasn't hit it yet. I mean, going back on the Wayback Machine, I use the Wayback Machine a lot to look at back on Coin Market Cap to see how older cryptos did back in 2020 around this time. And quant, even in the bull run from May 2020, it was at $5. May 2021, quant was at $50. It didn't hit its all-time high yet, but it fell to number 116 in market cap, and it's still 10x. And then once it hit $350, it was at like number 30 in market cap. Yeah.
mhm.
And I went back on the Wayback Machine November 4th, 2021, the all-time high of Polkadot and the old all-time high of Bitcoin. Quant was at 200. No, it was at $300.
Yep, and I think it's going to blow past that.
And we're at 140 today. And if you look at the 1 year chart for Quant, no, scratch that. From October of 2022 to now, it's just been so stable. And to me, that's just a huge accumulation phase. Huge accumulation. There's got to be some sort of accumulation phase going on for it. And we're still up almost 3x from $40.
Yep. And you're looking, it was June of 2022. It was in the 50 range. And we kind of spiked up almost to 200. And then it's just been kind of holding that line. Like it's
Yup.
been in the hundreds, 120, kind of went down a little bit.
To 85 in October.
Now it's spiking back up. So we can see it get to probably in the next few days, probably get closer to 200 because all that's happening is really people are just buying quant on a
And guess
regular
what?
basis.
When you see comments about Quant saying that it's a stable coin or why isn't it's because those people haven't been holding Quant. Those people are brand new. If you see anybody complaining about the price history of Quant, 9 times out of 10, they haven't been holding long enough. Because even if you bought at 85, the recent low in October, you're still up 45%. You bought in June of 2022, you're up 3x. So it's like, how can that be boring when you're up 45% from October and you're up 3x from June? So it's like, to me, those people haven't been holding. I'm up a lot on Quant. Like, I have over $14,000 sitting in Quant right now. I'm up a lot on Quant. I've been in it for over 2 years.
Exactly. I am up substantially on quant, and it's just steadily rising for me. I mean, even right now at the 141 price, it's climbing. Like I said, I told you this morning I was around 400,000. I'm looking at it right now. I'm at 428,000 on my investment in quant, and I'm considered a pretty low bag holder on this because there are some huge wallets on Quant. I think Cody looked it up. There's a few guys that have like I think like a couple 100,000 quant.
Oh no, I sold you a wallet. I've been stalking this wallet. He actually sold about 2,000 quant recently. He's been slowly DCing out, but he has 25,000 quant in his wallet. This one dude I've been watching. He's it's the only asset he holds. He has no Ethereum. He has no other asset. He holds like $3 million in it. And same
Mm-hmm.
thing with Chainlink. There's huge whale wallets on Chainlink that's been buying from Binance as well. But
Mm-hmm.
on Quant, it's like I'm seeing a lot of large wallets buying it, and you have if you go in the Coin Market Cap comments, I feel like all the haters of Quant. It's kind of like reverse psychology because I honestly want to do it myself. They go on there and they post comments fudding Quant and stuff, but I think secretly they all own a bag because a lot of wealthy people are buying into Quant. I'm seeing it every day.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, one guy
And
in our group chat, XRP George, he has like 100 Quant right now as well.
yeah, he's set. That guy is set for that bull run. He made some smart decisions. They are definitely going to hit their retirement target and beyond. So you got to give a round of applause to him. And I hope he's watching. I know him and his wife are busy in the medical field. They work a lot of crazy hours, double shifts, but they are determined to get their American dream, and it looks like it's going to pay off. I just hope he DCA's out at the right time, gets his money out at the right time, and doesn't fall trap to that hold more because it could go higher because
Yeah,
eventually,
speaking of that,
you
you
know.
shouldn't ever want to time the top on any investment. There's people that say, "Oh, I got out at the top." Your goal shouldn't be to sell at the top. Your goal should be to make your profit range and get out of the market. Me, what is my profit taking range? I'm not selling any of my crypto holdings till I'm at least 100,000 or over. And that's not a delusional price set. Why is it not delusional for me? Because I'm not that far off from 100 grand. If I was sitting at $5,000 and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna make 100,000 in crypto," that'd be kind of delusional. But I'm not that far off from it. So for me to say I'm gonna make over 100 grand in crypto, that's not very far fetched, especially with what I'm holding, because I have sell targets. You should never want to let greed take over. Take your profits. I was in the last bull market. I'm not a newcomer to this market. Like, I understand how it works. You take your profits. You don't leave money on the table. You're up $100,000 in crypto. Take that 100 grand. Don't leave it on the table.
Oh, absolutely. Like if you've made life-changing money already, don't think that you can hold and make even more. Get
Yeah.
out when you have that feeling because once you get out, you can always come back in when the market dips down again and start dollar cost averaging in again. But if you've made life-changing money, get out, start changing your life, start investing in other avenues. My biggest thing is if your portfolio shoots up to $500,000-600,000, it's time to cash out
Oh,
and start investing in real estate like duplexes and triplexes and start building different forms of wealth.
my
So
plan,
you can get
Sal, is in the bear market. With all my profit, I'm gonna wait a year and a half after Bitcoin peaks, and I'm no longer gonna be buying altcoins like anymore. I'm gonna go all into owning Bitcoin, and the reason why is because Bitcoin over the next 10 years, like with the supply and everything going down, like it's bound, it's gonna, you think 150,000 is gonna be high in the next bull run? Just wait another 5, 10 years. Just wait another five,
oh
ten
yeah.
years. And that's why like, instead of jumping into real estate right when I hit that bag in crypto, I'm gonna live off of those profits. I'm gonna buy a car. I'm gonna, have my own place and everything like that. But also, work a 9 to 5, but also DCA into Bitcoin a year after it hits that peak. That way I'm DCAing. I have a bunch of money in my bank account. I own my car. I'm living frugal. I can afford to DCA into Bitcoin a year after it peaks and start building a large position into that to not only hold it for like 2 years, but to hold it for 10 years or more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I probably will do the same, just invest in Bitcoin and ETH and probably Quant. I'm probably just going to hold those. I
Quant,
think
I'm going to
even,
hold a few.
yeah, I think during this bull run, once I'm done with this bull run, I'm going to sell all my XRP, H bar, all that stuff because I don't think you're gonna get these huge gains off of altcoins after this bull run.
Yeah.
Of course, I may be wrong, but I'm not anticipating those to make those significant gains anymore. And with XRP, I think we're going to see the last hoorah. It might get over 350, probably get to $5. I'll cash out my XRP and kind of move on with my life on that. And that's why I suggest that we do, because most of my wealth is in real estate and in stocks. I don't have a lot of it in crypto.
I don't consider Bitcoin like necessarily crypto, and what I mean by that is like it's the only long term bet in the industry. Like a lot of people, they'll say, "Oh, look at my shiny new altcoin. I'm gonna hold this for 10 years." Like this, I know this has been said many times, but it's like Bitcoin is like the only one you can actually count on lasting. It's like kind of like the stock market side, right? It's like
Mhm.
Tesla versus the Tesla competitor in that niche. Tesla right now is dominating, and even Tesla isn't really performing that great. But it's like Microsoft and Apple and stuff. Bitcoin is the king, the dominant one in crypto, and that's the reason why if I'm gonna hold crypto after this bull run, it's gonna be only Bitcoin because that's been my plan for the longest. Make a bunch of money with alts, not shit coins, but good projects like Chainlink. And Chainlink's probably gonna be around another 10 years from now. But I'm talking about like these new trending projects. They're not gonna be around 10 years from now. Like if you want to stay in the industry for another 10 years, just hold Bitcoin or ETH, but more specifically Bitcoin.
Absolutely.
I've learned that, like I hold pretty good alts, and I'm definitely gonna make a big bag from them. But Bitcoin's the true one you want for long term because it's
Yes.
gonna be on most institutions' balance sheet. It's gonna actually like you think, like I said, you think 150,000 is high. Watch it go to like 600,000 in the next 7 to 8 years. Watch it become a digital collector's item because of how scarce it is with all these big players. And that's why Michael Saylor's so bullish on it. That's why he can't shut up about Bitcoin. He doesn't talk about anything else because pretty much it's that mentality that it's just becoming scarcer and scarcer.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. And it's definitely something that will constantly go up in value. And I could see it getting to $1 million, not right away, but probably in the next 10 to 15 years it'll be at $1 million valuation per coin. And it's just something you're probably just going to have to hedge our investments. But keep in mind, I don't think it's going to be a currency. It's way too scarce to be a
No,
currency.
no. Bitcoin,
But
like that, I think the talk of that being a currency was like last bull run. I don't hear as many people saying that anymore. Like when you hear people, especially institutions, talk about Bitcoin, they only see it as like digital value and a store of value. That's how it should be because the Bitcoin can never work as a day-to-day currency. People say, "Oh, well, that was what it was designed for." Well, I don't. It was never designed to go to the grocery store and buy stuff with it. It was always a store of value. Always. Nobody has control over the supply. Like nobody.
now I do see countries maybe buying some to back their currency, like the US buying it to back the US dollar.
They
That
already have a bunch of Bitcoin.
well, the FBI has it, not the central bank. The FBI has it, and
Right.
eventually they're going to sell it to repay the victims of any crypto fraud that they have.
From
That's what the
McGots in
reason is.
2013, I think the U.S. government, which you said the FBI has, U.S. government has like over, I think like $8 billion of Bitcoin.
Yep, they have a
eight
lot.
billion dollars.
They have a lot of it, and that's mainly because when they seized it, it just was sitting in the wallet forever, and now it has tripled in value
From
since then.
2013. Yeah, they've
Yeah.
they've had that Bitcoin since 2013.
Oh yeah. It's only a matter of time before they sell it off. But I think they're going to do over the counter transaction, so it's not going to affect the markets that much. I think an exchange is going to end up buying
They
it.
can, because there's new exchanges all the time. Like I want to talk about OKX. I didn't hear about OKX last bull run. Now you go on these cryptos, like for example Polkadot or Chainlink, and you go on their exchange listings on CoinMarketCap. OKX has a lot of volume. OKX is, I don't know, it might have been around, I don't know, but I've never heard of OKX really until like in this past year.
Yeah, and
It's
there's
a
a
new
lot.
one.
There's a lot that are new exchanges that are coming up and things like that. But I think that's what all we're going to have for you guys today. We're going to be back on live at 6 o'clock with a normal topic about the economy. I'm thinking about doing one about Gen Z and can they retire. I think that's a good topic to talk about for you guys. That's Cody's generation, and we'll see you guys back online. But we really do appreciate all of you guys joining in with us. If you can like and subscribe, give us follows on Twitch and Twitter, give us a follow on TikTok, and also if you can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, really help us out. We're at 308 subscribers, trying to keep growing, but we've been growing pretty fast, and really appreciate all you guys, because you could be watching anything, and here you guys are coming in and watching our small channel as we talk about things. So we really appreciate all you guys joining in, and really appreciate all the support. But before we go off, we always like to end the segment on joining in. I do see that we have quite a bit of people on Twitter again. So let me copy that link. I'm going to put it on Twitter in that comment section there. If you guys like to join in, certainly join in. We'll have one at a time, give you a couple minutes, share your thoughts or ask your questions, or just hop on YouTube, drop a question in the chat, and we'll try our best to give you our opinion on it. And as always, like I said, guys, it's not financial advice, but I am a licensed broker with the Series 7. I am not a financial advisor. I am a broker, which means I just execute trades. Whether you make money or lose money, that's all I did. And all I'm obligated to do is say, if it's a scam, tell you it's a scam. That's it. I'm not obligated. I was never obligated to tell you if it was a bad trade or a good trade. So just keep that in mind. If you do want financial advice, I definitely suggest you seek out a financial advisor. However, being in the finance industry, the best chance to success is make sure you have that emergency fund set first, and you have a decent 401k or investment portfolio before you really start heavy investing in crypto, especially if you're like 40 and up, because crypto is still very volatile and you can lose a lot of money quickly if you're investing in the wrong cryptos. And there are still tons of scams. It's still the wild, wild west out there. And you might fall prey to a pump and dump scam and everything. So make sure you do your research, do your due diligence, and don't invest your life savings into a moonshot. Always diversify your investments. But with that said, nothing really too much on any other front. I could tell you right now, my businesses are booming. My competitors are disappearing slowly but surely. I bought up a few my competitors. I reopened my cleaning department again, and we've been doing really well. I also bought out a couple competitors. Um, I'll have to do a YouTube story too on how I lost 80 grand on that detail shop for you guys, because that was a lot of money down the drain. Um, but other than that, I really don't have much else to say. I don't see anyone kind of joining in, but hey, I really do appreciate you coming in and listening to us. As always, you can go to YouTube, watch the replays. And if you want early access to the stock pick videos, crypto pick videos, or any videos or Patreon exclusive content, go down into the description and join our Patreon and help support the channel, as we are in desperate need of an editor. So until we get there to where the revenue matches, we can hire someone for an editing so I can make better videos for you guys. And our plan down the road uh is to get a studio, but as always, a smart business decision. You got to wait until you get there, until the revenue of a company gets there to have a studio. But I think we have some cool spots picked out, and we kind of want to get some guests on and things like that. So definitely glad to have you guys in here. I think we're going to call it quits for now, as I got to get back to running my moving company and doing sales, and got a lot of meetings and stuff like that. But really appreciate you guys joining in. Hope you guys enjoyed the hour live. We'll be back on later tonight. And as always, we're on in the morning with morning market chat. And we really hope to see you guys next time. So thank you guys. Like and subscribe. Stay safe out there.